Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Welcome back to the Games and Culture podcast. Episode
It's been a minute.
36?
I think it's 36. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's 36.
I'm,
It's been a
I
minute.
also
This
feel
one's
like
been
it's
busy for us.
36. I also feel like it's 36. I'm going to lock in my answer, 36. Regis, just no lifeline. Episode 36. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a pretty hectic month between Nick going to Gen Con and work and life and all those kind of things. But we're back with a pretty healthy serving of news this episode. Got a lot of things going on. Gamescom just happened, and there were some exciting announcements at Gamescom and around Gamescom. Seemed like everybody's trying to get on this little Gamescom train as like a second place to announce some stuff. Price increases across the board. Everybody's playing today. We have criticism for all three console manufacturers this day. So we're handing them out like they're fucking pieces of candy. But we'll start off as always with some lighthearted stuff about what we've been playing. I'll let you go ahead and go first, Nick, because I'm still working through Donkey Kong and playing shitloads of Pokemon. So what have you been playing?
Well, I've also been playing Donkey Kong, which I just beat last night. So I am ready.
Shit.
I'm ready to review that. I'm ready to review Expedition 33. I do for a lot of things right now, honestly.
Yeah, I need to get back on Expedition 33. It's just there's like fun games out, and like Clair Obscur, it just gets me in my feels. like fun games are more appealing right now. But time's ticking now for me to finish both those. I did charge and like update my Steam Deck after months of not using it, so we're back on there. So Clair Obscur will come soon. I also got Stellar Blade to give a try. So.
We had a late review, but I'm willing to review that too. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it does on Steam Deck and on my PC. But continue on with what you've been playing.
Yeah, so I beat Donkey Kong. Really good. The ending is maybe
bananas?
One of the most.
Is it bananas? Is the ending bananas?
Yes, I mean, yeah. But
Hell
also,
yeah.
maybe one of the darkest endings to a Mario game ever. Like, there's
shit.
I'm kind of like, okay, it's not dark. Like it does end happen, but it's kind of like, guys, like, are we gonna just ignore this horrible thing that just happened? Even though, like, yes, you beat the bad guy, like this horrible thing just happened. We're just like ignoring it.
Is it a prequel to the original Donkey Kong where Pauline gets?
No, but millions are dead.
Oh shit!
Like, they're just dead. Like,
oh shit!
I'm kind of like, are we just not acknowledging this? Like, I've never seen this happen. Like, no, everybody's dead right now. What the f is happening? Just not acknowledging it.
That's wild. Okay. All right, well, I need to really finish this now because I got to know what the hell that means. I'm assuming you get to the center of the earth, everything blows up, which would be kind of crazy because you would think that this is a whole, like, planet.
You look at the center of the earth. I mean, yeah, the finale is part of the center of the earth, which you kind of figured. Yeah. I'm not going to spoil anything beyond that because a lot of shit goes crazy once you get there. Okay. It's not the planet blowing up. I will say it's not that. Okay. But just characters are introduced, and you go to places, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening?
Okay. Okay.
But during the event, just kind of like, that just killed millions of people, and we're just not acknowledging that.
This is a new bloody age for Mario and his affiliates. Coming soon to a Switch 2 near you, Super Mario Odyssey 2. This time, Mario has a gun and he's pissed off. No, he doesn't have a gun. He finds a gun, throws Cappy onto the gun, becomes Gun Mario.
Oh, God.
Like I'm thinking like Mario as OG Megatron, so then he can like morph back to Mario and then morph back into a gun.
Because Miyamoto's too busy making movies now, so the game developers are going insane without him.
Yeah, what if somebody in the boardroom for Donkey Kong Bonanza was like, what if like the ending's really fucked up and shit? Like we've never done that before. Somebody calls Miyamoto doesn't answer. Fuck it. Green light.
Yeah.
Miyamoto's at home playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, beats it. What is this? We at Nintendo want to tell the most mature stories we can. This is no longer a company for family.
I guess it's like I don't expect some mature storytelling to kill millions and not acknowledge it and just focus on the bananas.
Hey, look, shiny banana, distraction from the genocide. Shiny banana.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, and I am infinitely intrigued at this point.
The game is solid. The game, it will definitely be in my probably top 5 for the year. I mean, if, at the very least, top 10, but it'll probably make my top 5. I'll definitely get a nomination to Game of the Year awards. I don't think it'll win. I think this is Expedition 33 to lose. I
think
beside the point.
Borderlands and Ghost of Yotei like would have to come out and be perfect games for Claire Obscura Expedition 33 to lose. But I agree with you. I think this will land in my top 5. I could see it falling out to some other stuff. If honestly speaking, like if Borderlands 3 is phenomenal and Ghost of Yotei is phenomenal, like there is room for things to fluctuate, but like Expedition 33 is such a fucking high right out of the fucking like I don't think anything's gonna beat it. But who knows? We've seen crazier shit.
Yeah. Because of that, after I beat it, I decided to just started today. Started playing Hollow Knight. Because since Silksong finally got released it, which we'll talk about more in a bit.
Yes.
But it's like I kind of want to like play that, so I'm like, okay, I need to play Hollow Knight. I have PlayStation Plus Extra, and it's on there, so I'm like, cool. I don't even have to pay for it. So,
I also re-downloaded Hollow Knight onto my Switch after Silksong finally got a release date, and I booted it up and played a little bit of it too. So
very Metroidvania. So I'm almost like, I like this. And then been playing Guilty Gear recently because I've been waiting over a year since they announced that Lucy was coming to Guilty Gear. And they finally released her like 2 or 3 days ago. Super fun. She has a very degenerate move where she has 2 supers like everyone does in the game. One of her supers is she's hacking like you do in Cyberpunk. It pauses the game when that happens. Everything just stops.
But you get to keep moving and like.
No, you don't get to keep moving. You flip through your hack menu like you do in Cyberpunk.
That's fucking phenomenal. And so, like, what are the hacks like debuffs or something like that?
So there's 6 hacks you can get, and once you activate, you have 24 RAM to use, like you had in Cyberpunk, and each of those hacks costs a different amount, so you can mix and match whatever you want to do. There's Contagion, which is you take more damage over time upon hit. There's Health Siphon, which means for every hit you do, you gain health back. The most expensive one is, I forget what it is, but basically your next hit is a counter hit. So you get big damage off of that. The other one is your opponent's block gauge increases more rapidly. The other one is your opponent's tension gauge, so your meter grows slowly. And the last one is optics camouflage, which is it's kind of the worst one, where Lucy's becomes hard to see, but like you can kind of still see her. So I never picked that one. But I think they do fluctuate. Like the counter hit one is 13 RAM. The block gauge one is 9. So again, you have to pick like you don't have much time. You probably have like 4 seconds to pick which ones you want. So you probably need to be in your head what you're gonna be picking before you activate it. But still, as soon as it activates, no one's moving. So it's literally pausing the game to do your quick hacks.
That's really cool.
and it's unblockable. There's nothing you can do to stop it. If it activates, nothing. If you're blocking, it will go through.
Is there like an animation where if you like hit her, it stops it, or does like if she activates it, it's going through no matter what?
The only thing you can really do, from what I can tell, is I think that because it does the same thing. Like once the hacks activate, like in Cyberpunk, where the silhouette of the hack goes above the person you're hacking, and like that meter goes through to make sure it goes all the way through. Once it whoop, does that and it's installed, I think the only way to do it is to do a burst. That's only get it off you. Well, eventually, it will has a timer to take off of you, but there's only 2 ways to do it.
That's super cool.
So.
Bro. Arc System Works, man. Geniuses.
Yeah, it's very just like I saw when I saw the trailer, because like you're kind of like, is that actually just the thing they're doing, or is that just like a mechanic? And they show like a guy like, oh no, that's the mechanic. You're just pausing the game. Great.
Awesome.
Just she's very mid-rangey, so she's using the mono wire a lot. That's for most of her combat. And then she has another super where if you have 100% meter and their opponents is below a certain threshold of health, you'll do an instant kill on them. Where she'll hit them with the mono wire, grab them, and she'll kind of a scene from the anime plays out where she's in like the net, and she goes through it and detonates. And they just explode.
Very, very cool.
So,
very really cool.
They did a really good job with it. The arcade's depressing because the whole gimmick is they put in lore. This isn't like, I'll say that Guilty Gear did a good job of like explaining why she's there. Because like Clive's in Tekken 8, and they just no reason why he's there. They're just like he's there. I don't even think he has an arcade mode. Guilty Gear Arcade loses the longest arcade mode in the game.
Damn.
Like triple the length of anyone else. To explain why she's here. And her thing is, she was net running and she made her way to the backyard, which is the lore thing of Guilty Gear, and it puts her in the Guilty Gear universe. And when she comes in, she doesn't remember. She knows who she is, her abilities, but she doesn't remember most of her memories. So she, goes through things. And it's kind of a less, like, she was like, whenever you come back, cherish your memories and things like that. And she's like, yeah, I'll do that. And, it's kind of like, I'm still going like,
shit.
There's no one waiting for you when you get back. Like, we all know, like, God damn it, game. We know, like, maybe it's better for her to stay here.
Yeah.
Night City.
She's part of the main cast of the next Guilty Gear. Like, cut her a fucking break.
Yeah. Like,
damn.
She goes back and just like, I don't think going back was the smartest move.
Yeah, there's literally nothing for you there except for Night City.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
I
mean, super cool, super on brand for edge runners, but super terrible.
Yeah.
Like, oh man,
it's never a good inning. Like, as I said before, like in 2077, the best inning in the game is when you leave Night City as VE. That's the best inning in the game.
Yep. Well, that's super cool that she released in a fun state. And has some fun mechanics. I mean, I'm not super surprised because Arc System Works is just great at what they do. So I'm not super surprised on that front.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, I've been slowly working my way through Donkey Kong. I played through the second DLC of Scarlet and Violet. I'm on a Pokemon kick right now because I'm very excited about Z to A. I'm replaying Pokemon X and Y right now to kind of refamiliar myself with the Kalos region. I've only played through that one once, so I was like, okay, I booted up. I legitimately don't really have any memories of the game. So I'm like, oh man, I really didn't give a shit about X and Y. But yeah, no, I played through Indigo Disc on Scarlet and Violet since the Switch 2 makes Scarlet and Violet playable. And I will say that the second DLC is the best bit of Scarlet and Violet.
Good.
Yeah, it's super good. There's like a new Elite Four, and they all do double battles, and they have legitimate competitive teams, like with held items and Eevee and Ivy trained, and like with strategy and stuff. So the game was like actually challenging, which was exciting. Like I was caught off guard and lost a couple battles until I got my head on straight a little bit. There's this epilogue that they added in for all of the players that purchased the DLC, where you get to catch a mythical Pokemon called Pecharunt, and it's fucking hilarious. It's like the closest thing to a Pokemon horror movie, like where Pecharunt turns people into zombies for Mochi. And so like the cast around you is turning into zombies and you have to like battle your way out. It was super funny and like really well done. So it's like my expectations are like super through the roof now, because like you've shown that you can do good things. So just fucking do the good things, Pokemon Company / Game Freak. And God, I hope so. The Pokemon World Championships were last weekend. I watched a lot of it. At the very end of it, they announced some new stuff. There's like a multiplayer mode for Z to A, which looks stupid, to be honest. They gave us more updates on Pokemon Champions. It will be used for the competitive format next year. I don't know starting when, but it looks like they're putting away a lot of weight behind Pokemon Champions as like the de facto battle simulator for their championships, which is super cool because it's going to even the playing field a lot, because you can go in like on Pokemon Showdown and customize your Pokemon stats, and so it gets rid of a lot of the grinding elements to form a competitive team. So I think this is going to open the door to a lot more competitiveness in the Pokemon VGC landscape. They announced new Pokemon cards and lots of other cool stuff, but I hope that we start to recognize how powerful the Pokemon brand is and how important it is to release quality products within the world's largest franchise. You know, we need to do this. So Scarlet and Violet have been redeemed somewhat in my eyes thanks to Indigo Disc. Not completely, still shit game, but I don't think it's the worst game anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's good at least, but I mean, still, at the end of the day, it still shouldn't have taken a Switch 2 to actually make the game functional.
100%. I really appreciate though that the quality level did increase with the DLCs. Like yeah. they made attempts. I don't think I'd ever see myself replaying Scarlet and Violet, but I really did enjoy the second DLC. Like no hyperbole there. Like that was an enjoyable experience. So hopefully we do that a little bit more with these like really challenging post games, because that's you know that's what Pokemon fans in our 30s like. So but yeah, I need to get finished on some Donkey Kong, so that's next up for me as I continue playing through some X and Y on my 2DS. But let's get into what the news. Just like Nick teased, Silksong was finally revealed this week as part of Gamescom. So we'll just talk about Gamescom as a whole right now. We will start off with Silksong. It was confirmed to be at Gamescom prior to, but then the developers came out and said, like, we have this special thing planned on the 21st, and it was the official gameplay trailer for Silksong. Looks fast paced. Looks the art is super beautiful and handcrafted, and it looks. I mean, it's Silksong. You know, it looks good. We've all known it's looked good. But this big surprise was its release date. It's literally releasing in 2 weeks.
September 4th, a week and a half from now.
Yep. So
like that's crazy.
Yeah.
The Jason Schreiber article, I didn't read the full thing, but it was a very unique article because basically, he kind of pointed out, it's like most of the time, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, when he writes an article, it's a game that was in development hell. Considering what happened with this game, how long ago it was announced, and now it's finally coming out, it's like this game was development hell. And according to Sport, nope, it was theoretically in development heaven. The devs decided just to go radio silence instead of showing people more and more of the game, because they wanted to put their head down and just get the game done. But they said they're having too good of a time developing it, so the things just kind of kept happening. And they said that due to the success of Hollow Knight 1, that gave them enough time and money and freedom to do what the hell they want with Silksong. So they even said obviously they're focusing on reaching the game right now and doing what they need to do for that, but they said they're not burnt out at all. And they're working on DLC for Silksong right now, and it's like, after all of that, like, that's crazy.
I mean, so I think back to Sandforge, and they released Clair Obscur, and it took them like 5 years development. I mean, I think if you have a healthy studio environment that is matched with healthy expectations, I think you can have those scenarios where game development's going so well, we're taking our time, we're making sure things are solid, we're having a good time doing it. We even, because our first game or our business ventures were so successful in the first place, we have afforded ourselves extra time to maybe add in another boss or add in this new element because we thought it was a good idea. Like, I mean, I think more of these higher tier indie studios / AA studios, I think you will get to see more stories like this where they're like, yeah, no, things are fucking great. All of the Larian Studios, for instance, even though Baldur's Gate 3 is a AAA game, Larian Studios is straight up a AA style developer, and everybody fucking loves working at Larian. Like,
they said, the dev said that the past like 1 or 2 years has just been really polishing the game. So I'm excited to play. I was planning to play Hollow Knight. That's why I'm playing Hollow Knight now. I was planning to play when Silksong got a release date. I'm like, okay, I'll have some time. I didn't think I had less than 2 weeks to do it. I'm like, fuck. So Death Stranding goes in the back burner even more.
Yeah.
I'm liking this. Is it very? As soon as I started playing it, I'm playing my PS5. I'm just like, oh, this feels good. This feels Metroid-y.
Yeah.
I'll play this while I'm on my PS5. I think I'll get Silksong on my Switch too. But yeah, no, I'm looking for. I could very well see if they stick the landing, which I think they very easily could stick this landing. Yeah. But it's probably a good chance we have our good game of the year contender on this. This is a very stacked year.
Yeah. It's a stacked year from people that you wouldn't expect to be on there. Like obviously Sony's going to be on there for Yote. That's pretty much locked. But like everybody else, you've got Clair Obscur, first game from a new developer. Which one?
That's the name, Sandfall.
Yeah, Sandfall. You've got probably Blueprints from indie developer. You've got probably Silksong at this point, second game from
Team Cherry.
Team Cherry. So like it's coming from different angles rather than who you would expect.
Yeah, we got Death Stranding 2 still. It's Kojima, but still.
Metal Gear Solid Delta releases next week.
Donkey Kong. I mean, Donkey Kong. It's still Nintendo, but still, it doesn't feel. It feels like it feels healthy and like diverse in what we're getting. Yeah. So, and it's very Split Fiction.
Yep, Split Fiction.
So, I'm excited to see what it is, and we still have some other games. Still, Metro Prime 4 is still around the corner, possibly.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly is a real strong word there.
We're still saying 2025, so we'll see.
I'm just saying, man. We got a release date for Kirby Air Riders before we did Metroid. That's all I'm saying, man.
Apparently, Gamescom there was like a signage for like the Metro Prime 4 was like being demoed there. It's still coming 2025. So Nintendo's just being Nintendo. They need to say something. I mean, we'll talk about the Kirby Air Riders Direct in a minute, which is nice to see that. But I need a full length Direct Nintendo.
Yeah. I think one is coming. I think they have to do one next month. But
yeah.
Back to Gamescom. Showed off some more footage on Call of Duty Black Ops 7 for those that are excited for it.
Which is no one. No one is.
Well,
I was gonna say. I mean, I haven't actually looked at it. But I just see like people talking about it online. The consensus is this game looks like dookie.
Well, that's not gonna stop people from fucking buying it.
No. I will say with regards to COD though, like I did also get a chance to play the Battlefield 6 beta last weekend.
Yep.
It's pretty solid. It's not bad. I'm not gonna get it at launch. I may get it on sale if my friends want to play. I'm not into those type of games, but it definitely felt like a return to form for Battlefield.
Yeah, I didn't play the beta, but I had heard some nice things from some of my friends that did play it, and so for Battlefield fans, I'm glad it's back. If Call of Duty has an off year, I think Battlefield could really do some numbers if it's solid. But Call of Duty's release date was revealed November 14th. A little bit later for Call of Duty this year than normal. Usually they're firmly October in the past few years. So
Who knows what Microsoft
interesting to
wants
see.
now?
Yeah, it's true. They showed off some more Resident Evil Requiem. It was available on the show floor, and some people that played it said that that it is the new Stalker character could be one of the scariest ones yet. So that's cool.
I didn't know this would be like a Stalker X character because like RE2 is still like my favorite. Like the remake's still my favorite one because of Mr. X. So if we have another character like that, it's
Yeah.
good.
That's what it says. That's what they said. Pragmata was also shown off at Gamescom. Kind of mixed reviews on it.
That's fair. Like when Capcom did their showcase a couple months ago, when they showed off Pragmata game for the first time, I was kind of like, this is weird. Like I could see this. It's an interesting idea, but I could also see this not working.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised it's mixed.
Looking at the IGN article about it, the previewer said, while it produces a combat experience quite different than anything I've played before, I'm left wondering if that same level of ingenuity will be felt in Pragmata's exploration and level design too. Especially if you are kind of, drawing inspiration from like Dead Space and stuff like that, like other games that are in this like survival horror genre, all of them are really known for that level design and kind of how they space the game out. So little mixed feelings on Pragmata. Still think it looks cool. Showed off Onimusha and the Way of the Sword. And the responses for the demos shown there were pretty positive. A lot of people are comparing it to Sekiro without like the Souls-like elements. So Sekiro, very high praise. Lots of people's favorite FromSoft offering because of how different it is. So channeling that's probably good. They announced a Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which is kind of cool. Only a matter of time since Capcom's been doing it for a while now. NetherRealms looked over at Capcom and went, wait, we can make money on our old games?
So it's like Street Fighter 6 is still good. I can't say the same about MK1 right now.
Yeah. They showed off some more Outer Worlds 2, going more in depth with the flaw system and stuff like that. This game still looks fantastic. It's cool that it's not $80 anymore. Going back to Pokemon ZDA, they announced a new Mega Evolution, so we got to see Mega Dragonite during the Pokemon Presents back in July. They announced Mega Victory Bell, which was not on my bingo card. And it's very funny. It like fills its stomach with acid and it can't contain itself, so it has to wrap a vine around its neck to hold in all of its acid. They released a very funny horror movie found footage inspired reveal trailer for it. I recommend watching it because it's really silly. But yeah, they announced Mega Victory Bell, which was kind of cool. Xbox announced the ROG Ally pricing, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Showed off more Invincible versus. They showed off more Deadpool VR. Halloween got revealed by the Friday the 13th developer, so we're sticking with fucking things that have licensing because that worked out so well for Friday the 13th. Showed off more Blood of the Dawn Walker.
I was gonna say we've got the Halloween thing. Like Halloween's like rights has just never been really as bad. Like Friday the 13th was always murky.
That's true.
So this won't suffer the same fate.
Yeah. Ghost of Yote was shown off with confirming that just like Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote will have the Legends multiplayer mode, which is pretty cool to see that there's still support for that.
Did they say? Did they specify? Cause I didn't see that. I saw the announcement. I didn't look into it. Did they specify that's coming at launch this time, or is it just gonna be a little down the road like there was in the original?
No, it will come out later. They said 2026 for that. Okay. Black Myth Wukong developer Game Science announces a fucking sequel, Black Myth Zongkul.
That's surprised. That game sold 20 million copies.
Yes. My thing is just surprised about how quickly they're turning around a sequel. That was surprising. So cool that's they're getting another one of those. I mean, you're absolutely right. Black Myth Wukong did gangbusters. I wonder if this one will not be a PS5 exclusive again, like last time.
That's Microsoft. That one is the series. That's gonna be an Albatross again. Yes.
In one of the biggest announcements I think of the conference, Indiana Jones: The Great Circle is coming to Switch 2. Wild.
I come. That's a beefy game for that system.
It's a beefy game for that little guy. Yeah. So they announced the first DLC, The Order of Giants, which is releasing on September 4th. Really bad release day. Because
I still need to finish that for my fucking PS5. Jesus.
Because nobody's fucking gonna be playing that when Silksong just comes out. You know what I'm saying? And you feel like Microsoft would know when Silksong's coming out because they've done so much of Silksong's marketing. But I who knows what's going on over there. But yeah, Order of Giants releases on September 4th, and it expands the game's Rome location. It has Indiana Jones searching for the helmet of a nameless crusader. But in that same announcement, yeah, they announced that it's coming to Switch 2 in 2026. So super cool. They showed off another trailer. They saw off a season 2 trailer of Fallout. Silent Hill F was shown off as well, and it's looking like it's going to be pretty good. Sekiro, we just mentioned, is getting an anime called Sekiro No Defeat. So that's cool. Elden Ring in Switch 2 handheld mode apparently is a disaster. They showed off Elden Ring on the Switch 2 at Gamescom, and apparently it is not good. And a bunch of others that I haven't mentioned. I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 DLC, new character coming to Overwatch 2, Warhammer 40k stuff, Lords of the Fallen 2 was announced, Twilight Masquerade Bloodlines 2 got its release date for October 21st. There's tons of stuff. It was a pretty big Gamescom. They also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. Monster Hunter Wilds and Final Fantasy 14 have announced a collaboration that is hitting, I think in September, which looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's a pretty good rundown. I mean, I could be here for days. They announced a new fucking Bubsy game. Like that's how crazy this Gamescom was. So. Lots of stuff for pretty much everybody. I think Silksong really did kind of steal the show immediately.
Just the Silksong being the first one. The one you didn't mention, Lego Batman.
Say what?
The one you didn't mention that was stealing the show, Lego Batman.
Oh yes, yeah. I saved it for last. I figured we'd have the most to talk about it. Yes, new Lego Batman. It looks really cool.
It's like the Lego. I don't know. I don't know the name of the studio.
Yeah, it was Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the studio who makes these games, but it definitely does feel like they went, well, Rocksteady's not making a new Arkham game, so we'll do it ourselves with Legos.
Yes, it's TT.
Because it has the exact
travel.
Yeah, it has. Okay, that's not familiar. Because it has like a very similar combat system to the Arkham games. It has the stealth section of the Arkham games, and it's like
this is like the open world Gotham of the Arkham games.
Yeah, like this is just Lego Arkham. Like I'm not one for the Lego games, but if I'm the only person who get an Arkham game as a Lego game, then sign me up. Then.
Yeah, and so the trailer is really, really cool. Definitely recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. But not only is it the Arkham games, it's all of the modern Batman movies as well.
Kind of. And someone did point this out. I thought it was hilarious. There's the Batman, there's the Dark Knight, and some other things. You know what's missing? Anything from the DCEU.
Yes.
So no Batfleck.
No Batfleck.
WB's just like
he's
that.
Probably relegated to a costume only. Because I mean, even Bane from Dark Knight Rises got in there. They're already, and obviously Lego Fashion, they made fun of him. So,
but like the DCEU is just getting wiped from existence.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, you pretty summed it up perfectly. There's the open world from Arkham games. The combat style looks identical to Arkham Knight and Arkham City. Open world, you get the Batmobile just like in Arkham Knight. Like Traveler's Tales was just like, I really think Suicide Squad was shit. I want another Arkham game. I guess we're just gonna make one ourselves.
I'm in.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. I think they said 2026 for that one. I don't think it's coming out anytime soon, unfortunately, but it is very, very fun looking. If you like Lego games, obviously you'll like this, but I think if you like the modern Batman stuff, I think this will be a really good love letter to that. So let's kick it back over to Nintendo with another announcement. They were like, hey, do we got anything to show off at Gamescom besides that Pokemon ZA shit? Yeah, let's fucking show off 40 minutes of Kirby Air Riders. So they did have a Kirby Air Riders Direct. It was about 45 minutes. And they just announced a whole lot of stuff regarding it. They announced playable characters: King Dedede, Meta Knight, Bandana Waddle Dee, Waddle Doo, a bunch of different characters, and they all have their own little abilities and stuff like that. Sakurai really. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. So you said you to watch the before we started, so I did watch the whole thing. It definitely felt like a Smash Bros. Direct, just because with Sakurai like presented it like it was a Smash Bros. Direct. Like the thing opens, like they had a little intro with a song, and then when it cuts to him, he's like, "Oh dear, why is making a game so hard?" It's like the cuts, how things are edited. It's like this, like I haven't felt like this in a direct in years. It's a Kirby game now. It's Smash Brothers.
Sakurai is the game developer of the people. Like he's never afraid to say like, this shit's really hard. Like, guys, I hope you enjoy this because this shit's really hard.
Like later the thing, because like he's breaking Kirby lore, because he's like, obviously in the Kirby lore, Kirby's the only one with the copy ability. But he's like, well, if we're picking a character, that wouldn't be fair that Kirby has that ability. So let's give it to everybody. It's like, it's great. He's like, yeah, we know he's breaking the lore, but I don't care. It's fun. We're balling.
we ball. What the fuck you think this is? Smash Bros? Hell no. I made this game for my mental health.
I'm glad. I'm glad he's making this, because he's been in the Smash Bros. Trenches for like a decade. Let the man make something else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, longer than a decade. Because Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Brawl came out in what, 2006, 2007?
Oh wait.
Okay.
So
yeah.
his he made some Brawl. Then he made Kid Icarus Uprising. Then he went to Smash 4, and then it was the first one to have DLC, so he had to stay on that. And then as soon as that wrapped out, moved on to Ultimate, and then that was years of DLC. So
yeah, this one's one for him. And luckily it's gonna sell well. So if you're not familiar with Kirby Air Riders, it's a racing game a la Mario Kart, except with a lot more like Kirby flair and a lot faster than Mario Kart as well. They did give its release date, and surprisingly, it's it's the anchor of the holiday season. It's launching on November 20th, so it is their game before Black Friday. So really cool that Kirby stock has gone up over the last few years. That Nintendo feels comfortable giving them the anchor spot, because usually that's Pokemon. Like usually that's Mario or Pokemon in that spot. So very cool, because I personally love Kirby a whole lot. But did anything else from the Direct really stand out to you? I mean, me personally, like the visuals are the number one thing that stands out to me. Like this game looks crazy beautiful.
Yeah, visually wise, this game is way more impressive than Mario Kart World. Way more. Like Mario Kart World's good, but like it's big kids. We made open world. This is like, wow, this is just beautiful. I'm excited to see what other tracks they have in the game. In terms of mode, it seems fairly normal compared to Air Ride. You know, your races and you have city trials, and you didn't really go into any other modes. So if there was any other modes, so it is a kind of more of it, but it's more of it after a 20-year wait. So you don't really change anything.
Yeah, yeah. You talk about Mario Kart and being less interesting looking. I think Mario Kart just got into a kind of a rut where it is very cookie cutter. Like, oh, these are the locations themed after Mario. Got it. That's pretty par for the course. I think with the open worldness, they could have had the opportunity to do some crazier things, and they kind of shied away from doing it. So
There were some crazy things in Mario Kart World, I will say. The Rainbow Road, I think, is one of the best Rainbow Roads.
oh yeah,
I feel like that was like the only moment where I was like, wow, with Mario Kart World. Everything else was like, yeah, it's Mario Kart.
yeah.
Yep.
Versus Air Riders, I feel like the environments are just like stunning and are a little bit larger than life. So
I think it's due to the fact because this was an open world, they could focus more on doing things like that.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, like I said, November 20th for Kirby Air Riders looks very, very good. It's going to be pretty exciting to see. Two racing titles in the holiday season is a little bit of an interesting choice. I hope they don't cannibalize each other, but only time will tell. But let's so we're entering the bad part of the news now. I hope you enjoyed the smiles on our faces as we talk about upcoming games, because that's done now. We're going to go to the stupid shit. I mean, arguably, this first one though could be good news. Actually,
it is good news. It's good news. It came out of a negative thing, but it's got you good news.
Yeah, well, it's good news with an asterisk, because it still could end up being bad. But huge shakeup at Bungie. Pete Parsons, the very, very controversial CEO, has stepped down. His most notable contribution is bragging about his car collection. But yes, Pete Parsons stepped down from his role at the company on Thursday, ending a decade-spanning career with the studio. I am looking at the Polygon article on it, quoting some of the reporting that they've done. Parsons said in a statement on Bungie's website, "This journey has been an honor of a lifetime. When I was asked to leave Bungie in 2015, my goal was to grow us into a studio capable of creating and sustaining iconic, generation-spanning entertainment. We've been through so much together. We launched a bold new chapter for Destiny, built an inviolable, independent live ops organization capable of creating and publishing its own games, and joined the incredible family at Sony Interactive Entertainment." Justin Truman is now stepping up as Bungie's head of studio. He was previously general manager for Destiny 2 and the company's chief development officer. Truman said in his own statement, "I'm committed to supporting and working alongside every member of the team here as we continue pouring our hearts and soul into these worlds. We are hard at work right now doing that, both with Marathon and Destiny. We're currently heads down, but we'll have more to show you in both of these worlds later this year." This news comes at a very, very turbulent time for Destiny. Last year, multiple rounds of layoffs. This year, a couple rounds of layoffs. The realization that Marathon was using stolen assets. The indefinite delay of Marathon, and all of this amidst Destiny's floundering numbers over the last like 4 years or so. So this has been a very rocky period that Pete Parsons has headed up, and a lot of people blame him specifically for all of the shit happening at Bungie with, you know, levels of mismanagement, the multiple rounds of layoffs, and now Sony's kind of stepping in and taking over when at the very beginning of the deal they were supposed to have autonomy, but now Sony is like, no.
I mean, he's stepping down because I very much believe this is a. You can say you step down, but this is Sony forcing him out. Like, Bungie has been in a mess for a long time, and he was most of the cause of it. So I mean, this is like, yeah, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out, dude. Because like, you think it's like, my mission was to become a studio who can hold generational franchise. Yeah, you failed. Like, straight up. Like, it's in a weird sense, like, consolidation is not a good thing, but this may be the best thing for Bungie.
Yeah.
To be under Herman Hulst and PlayStation Studios, because like, very clearly the management before him was not able to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, they need accountability. That's truly what it is. They need accountability. I mean, the quality of their stuff has just not been good, and when the quality has been good, like Final Shape last year was legitimately good. Like, it was a perfect way of capping off the ending of the Darkness saga in Destiny 2. I mentioned it as part of my honorable mentions for last year's Game of the Year. Like, it was really, really good. It did not bring back enough people because the last couple expansions before that were bad. And now, so not only are you struggling with Destiny because they just had an expansion come out a few weeks ago and it is not doing well, you are now struggling with Marathon, who you've had to delay indefinitely because of just a cacophony of mistakes. Most notably being stealing assets from an artist and not even bothering to credit her. Like, I think you're exactly right. I think Sony did pressure Pete Parsons out. They probably said something along the lines of, it's either you leave and you get to keep all this money, or we make you leave and you'll get nothing. And so Pete Parsons was probably just like, okay, you got me.
Because I mean, there was things in the buyout contract that Sony had that, you know, don't maintain certain levels and stuff like that Sony can come in and take over, and there was no way they were hitting those because they just kept shooting themselves in the foot constantly. So Sony probably had the leverage to make sure they do that. So as I said, they're and this guy, as you alluded to earlier, like, he literally stopped developers getting their bonus and then turned around and bragged about his car collection.
Yep.
This guy was toxic. Like, so as I said, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. Bungie is better off without him.
Yeah. And honestly, this is a pivotal moment for Bungie. It's either, you know, Justin Truman comes in, takes us by the reins, gets Marathon out in a good state, you know, turns Destiny around, you know, then, you know, the Bungie story can continue to be told. But, like, as we've already seen with Firewalk, like, Sony is also not afraid to close down a studio if it needs to be closed down. And Bungie has been a series of just bad press, bad headlines, like thorn in my side type of a company.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sony would be more hesitant to close Bungie versus Firewalk, because Firewalk only cost a couple million to buy out, versus this is $3 to $4 billion.
Yes,
and it has a lot larger of a pedigree, so it's kind of they're going to get a lot more rope before they do that. But I do think this new CEO, I mean, I do think he's probably going to be answering to Herman Hulst a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, the days of autonomous Bungie are fucking over. And it's for good reason. I mean, they've shown that they don't do well when they don't have to answer to somebody. I mean, under Xbox, Bungie was like the studio, releasing Halo games to extremely high praise. They left Microsoft, you know, did their own thing, released Destiny, and things were okay for a while, but then fucking they started to struggle, and that's when Sony came in and was like, all right, you'll be part of us. We'll let you keep doing your own thing, but you're part of us. And I think I truly believe Sony probably at this point regrets that decision to do that, Because I mean, for $5 billion, you could have probably bought Capcom. You could have probably bought fucking Square Enix. You could have probably bought, you know, a license for a product from Konami. You could have, like, that money could have been spent somewhere else other than this. Yeah, other than this like shell of a company, Bungie. So I think this is the make or break moment. This is either the start of the end, or the start of a Capcom level resurgence. And I think if you stay in that middle and you don't do either, I think Sony's gonna be like, this is a fucking waste of time. So I sincerely hope that Justin Truman can get Bungie under control, start releasing some quality products, hitting deadlines, making some money. Because I mean, Sony, as we reported during one of the layoffs, Sony took some of the people from Bungie that were making another project and spun them off into their own studio. So like, theoretically, Sony's already taken something that they liked from Bungie. So
yeah, I mean, we don't want to lose Bungie. Like, but they have a pedigree and history, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you know, maybe if we're lucky, and Microsoft doesn't seem to be doing anything right now with Halo. You know, maybe end up playing nice with Sony. So you know, maybe let's give Halo back to Bungie. I'm pipe dreaming.
Yeah, but then what would Halo Studios do?
I don't know. They're gonna throw their butt. I don't know. Just, you know, maybe they should not be touching Halo at this point.
Yes. But Pete Parsons being resigning from CEO, a mark in the good news column, but put a big asterisk next to it. We'll be watching this story closely. I think the whole world will be watching this story closely because
this is not a story that's over.
Yeah, for sure. And talking about stories that are not over, we've talked about it before. We're talking about it again. It's everybody's favorite topic: tariffs. In the last few weeks, both Sony and Nintendo have announced price increases for their products because of, as both companies put it, challenging economic environments, aka tariffs. So we'll start with Sony, who's the most recent. They announced earlier this week that starting on August 21st, so these prices are already in effect, prices are going up for consoles. Games and accessories are not affected at this time, but it is the consoles. You're going to say something?
There's 3 models they sell: the base model without a disc drive, and then the Pro. All 3 are going up $50. So digital only is $500 now, which is ironic because that's what the physical register used to be at.
Yep.
And then the one with the disc drive is $550, and now the PS5 Pro is $750.
Yep. So. And
what's interesting, I saw this point out on Twitter, that back in May, because Sony was the last one to really up their prices about that. Well, not kind of Switch 2 just yet, but Nintendo did up the prices, which we'll get to in a second. Because Xbox already increased their prices back in early May.
Yeah.
Sony, although had played a different ball game when, unfortunately, the idiot in chief, and I wouldn't be political here because this is a political issue. The fucking moron in chief won. They made a smart move. Actually, realized, well, he's talking about tariff, which is stupid. So we're going to ship as many PS5s as we can to the United States to get ahead of it. Because how they work is once the product's already here and sitting in a warehouse, it's over. Like it can't get tariffed. It only gets tariffed once it arrives in a port.
Yep.
Back in May, they said they had about 3 months left of stockpiles left in the U.S. 3 months later, they're raising their prices.
Yep.
So
that's pretty simple ass math right there.
Mm-hmm. I'll give them credit. It's only credit for that. They try to hold on as long as they could, but
yeah,
there's no. Yes, PS4 was expensive. We've gone over that before. I don't blame them for raising the prices on these things because it's 100% not their fault. Because the United States elected a fucking idiot who thinks tariffs are a good idea, and they're fucking not, and because everything is going up because of them. Mm-hmm. This is happening.
Yeah. I think the important thing right now is that games and accessories are not going up right now. Because I think the consoles will always have kind of a high bar of entry because of the price point. Like consoles just are expensive, but then like you only have to buy it once. Accessories and games you buy multiple times.
And of all, because we used to working on a game, so of all the products, the consoles have the lowest margins. So they're going to be the first to go up in price.
Yeah. So, important thing is right now those prices are not changing. I would surmise that it would be possible for those prices to go up ahead of the holiday season. I'm sure
accessories, accessories will be next.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume that Sony's gonna fight like hell to try to not have to do that, and maybe increase those prices in January so that they can fully reap the benefits of it being the holiday season. But it's just gonna keep happening. It's just gonna keep happening, and that's really sad to say because I feel like a lot of people are gonna get priced out by this happening. If they have some level of disposable income and want to use it towards something like this, it's very possible that they could get priced out because of these increases. I mean, $50 is not an insignificant amount of money
in this day and age. And then people are getting priced out of things. People are getting priced out of important things, not just video game consoles.
For sure.
So like this is a mess that's not over, and unfortunately won't be over for a while.
Yep. So that's Sony front. Let's talk about Nintendo. A few weeks ago, Nintendo raised their prices as well, but it's not on what you expect. They raised Switch 1 prices. So,
which is why I kind of thought about it. And it's a similar. It makes sense. And again, I don't particularly blame them. It sounds weird to do it for the Switch 1, not the Switch 2, but you think about it, it actually makes sense. So obviously, the Switch 2 is a new console. That's what they're producing. The Switch 1 barely has any production right now. Like it is still in production, but not that much. But obviously, before Switch 2 released, they try to pump out Switch 2 as much as they can, and they probably have stockpiles like Sony did here already. So the Switch 2s are already in the States. They can't get tariffed. The Switch 1, on the other hand, because they don't need them anymore, they're slowly producing them. They're just trickling in slowly but steadily, which means they're getting shipped, which means they're hitting the port, which means they're getting tariffed. So they have to be because there's no stockpile over here. Therefore, the Switch 1 has to get increased first.
Yeah. So running down the prices, the base Switch, previously $300, is now priced at $340. The Switch OLEDs are $350, but are now $399, so $400, and then Switch Lite increases from $200 to $230. I also think too, this is also pretty strategic push of just like hey, spend the extra $50, buy Switch 2. Which I have seen them in the wild. I was at Target this weekend and did see a full case of Switch 2s, so they are in the wild. You can find some.
I saw one at Meijer 2 days ago. There's just in a case, ready to go. So
yeah,
I mean, at that point, so if you're thinking in the market, you're buying a Switch, and you're like, oh, you see, Switch 1's $400, Switch 2's $450. One, don't buy a Switch 1 at this point. Like, come on,
just buy Switch 2. It's backwards compatible.
Switch 2, yeah, but especially with a $50 difference, just get a Switch 2, like straight up.
But unlike Sony, Nintendo is raising their prices on accessories. So again, not affecting the Switch 2 consoles. So that's still pretty good. But Joy-Cons are going up by like $10 to $15. Alarmo is going up by $10. What the fuck? But yeah, so no games, luckily. But accessories, yes.
Yeah, I would say the issue is now we'll say on games specifically, I think Nintendo will raise prices on their games before Sony does because they're cartridges. So the manufacturing of that's gonna be a little different than disc. On top of that, though, the Switch 2 accessories were already raised before the Switch 2 even came out. So they may be a little bit more prepared not to take those on those ones. The Switch 2, on the other hand, I'm telling you right now, it's a matter of when it goes up in price, not if. It will go up in price.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that Nintendo, just like I said with Sony, I imagine that Nintendo's going to try to get through this holiday season without having to raise the price, and then raise the price in January. Because I think that you want because people expect to spend money during the holiday season. So I think that if you raise prices ahead of that, that's going to hurt you. But if you can stave off, I think that you can have a really successful first holiday season for the Switch 2, raise the prices in January, and then hopefully justify that price increase with some great games. But it's just a mess no matter what.
No, I mean there is no coming out. There's no ideal scenario for this. Like you should just say, come up with great games, but like it's a situation of they may not have a choice to at some point. They may have to do it in early October. Who knows what their stockpile is of Switch 2s in the country? Because once they start getting hit with those tariffs by shipping them across the sea, that's it. That's game. They have to do something about that.
Yeah, and they do come from Vietnam, which at the present time there is a 20% tariff on goods imported from Vietnam.
And just again, the fucking president's a fucking psycho. So who knows? Maybe on Tuesday he'll think he's gonna pump up another 10% because he's just crazy. So who knows?
Yep. So if you're in the market for Switch 2, I would recommend not waiting. Yeah. If you find one,
if you find one, buy one.
Yep. Before the price increases. Well, so like as mentioned at the very beginning, we are talking about pricing from all three manufacturers, but this one's not a bad one. This was not a price increase. It was a price announcement from Microsoft for the ROG Xbox Ally, which was announced earlier this summer. I personally think that the pricing is somewhat competitive. I don't know what your thoughts on it are, but we'll get into it. So the base Xbox ROG Ally, the black one, is $550, and then the ROG Xbox Ally X, which was the white one, it's so nice that they color code them so that you know which is the expensive one. That one is $900.
It's weird though because that's the reverse of the Xbox Series S and S.
Yes. It's stupid. I also noticed that and was like, why are you doing this?
Microsoft. I don't fully agree with it. That's competitive pricing. The 550 one, but the X one's 900. That's more than a Steam Deck. Here's the issue with the ROG. Now, granted, the prices are a little higher because of the tariffs, so that is to be taken into account. Yeah. But I still think that the Ally X especially is still a little more priced despite the tariffs. Like it's a portable. Like the Steam Deck is like the one where the more expensive portable. But here's the also issue. The same thing. Now that we've gotten close to this English new information, this thing, despite the name, it's not an Xbox. I don't mean that. Like Microsoft's called it this is an Xbox. I mean it's not. You buy a game. It's not playing your Xbox games. It's playing PC games. Yes. It is just a ROG Ally. So there's Xbox games that are not compatible with it. It's just wild to me. Like I don't understand what this thing is for. Who this thing is for? Because if you're this is a PC handheld. ROG Allies sell okay, but they don't sell well compared to the Steam Deck. And the Steam Deck is still a niche item in and of itself. I love my Steam Deck, but it's still a niche.
Yes.
So, like, I just don't understand what this thing is for at all. I don't. If you're gonna buy a PC handle, why would you not just buy a Steam Deck? Because like you have the ROG Ally, which runs Windows, which is okay, but then you have the Steam Deck, which is integrated with Steam Build because obviously the name. So it's like, I just rather play that. And it's cheaper.
Yeah. And they also did say that they are still trying to figure out the macroeconomic impact of pricing, so that those things could change. But it seems like that's kind of the pricing that they're looking at. I think it's competitive for the base model at $550. I think that's the competitive price.
Yeah, that's more reasonable. But I feel like because of the X exists, because a Well, I mean, I don't know. The Series S outsold the Series X, so I don't know. But maybe the base model may be competitive, but yeah, the Ally X is not competitive.
Well, I think what the biggest thing going against this is the Steam Deck is already established, and it's more affordable. The top end Steam Deck is less money than the top end ROG Xbox Ally. The biggest problem I think is that the Steam OS is so damn good that people are downloading it on their existing ROG Allies because Windows 11 sucks for games, and so I don't think that they've done enough optimizing for this to really outperform Steam OS. It might have better hardware, but as we've already seen with multiple ROG Ally stuff, the Steam Deck runs things just as well as the ROG Ally while being more underpowered than the ROG Ally because Steam puts so much effort into incentivizing that these games should work on Steam Deck. Like that's what they do. So I also have the question of who is this for? Because if you're gonna spend $900 on a ROG Ally X, just fucking buy a fucking full PC.
If you have a full PC already, buy a Steam Deck for crying out loud because that's already integrated. I already have a PC. You already have a PC. It was no effort to get those integrate.
And
none.
For most people that have a PC, Steam is your primary hub for those games. This will have a Xbox Windows app that will connect to Steam and stuff so that you play through it. But like the Xbox, I mean, I think I'd just probably rather have Steam. The strength is that it's running Windows 11, so you can use other launchers like Epic Games or Battle.net and stuff like that. But like most people's games are on Steam. It's just going to be so much easier. I don't know how much integration they have with Steam. Like, can you access your friends list on Steam? Because if not, that's going to be really fucking annoying. I can launch my game through this Xbox fucking Windows 11 shit, but if I can't access my Steam friends, how am I expected to play games with my Steam friends? Like, there's so many layers of like things that are going to be like little things that are going to be annoying that are going to stack up to hurt this product. And you're exactly right. Who is this for then? Like, is it for Xbox fans that are trying to get into PC gaming? Well, if the Xbox Series X is $750, you're spending $150 more to buy this inferior powered product because it is less powerful than the Xbox Series X. Then why not just jump to an actual full-blown PC at that point?
I wonder if the move here is they're slowly trying to get that existing base on the Xboxes to trick over to DCs. Because I think it's a distinct possibility that the next generation of Xboxes consoles, the home ones, aren't even made by Microsoft. They're going to be like this is, where it's made by a third party. I generally think Microsoft is dragging out the end of the Xbox console. They're not going to do a Sega, which is cut off and be done.
Yeah,
I think they're dragging this out.
Well, I mean, Sarah Bond in her announcement over the summer said that they're striving to make Windows 11 the best place to play. So I think you're 100% right. I think that the next series of Xboxes are going to be like the old Steam machines. Steam tried to make a home console back in the middle of the 2010s, and it were basically these boxed PCs that had the Steam OS on them. And I think this is going to be something similar where it's a box with an X on it, but it's essentially a PC that's running Windows 11, and it will have an auto Xbox kind of style hub, but you'll be able to access Steam. You'll be able to access Battle.net. You'll be able to access Epic Game Store and buy your games that way and do that. So I 100% think you're right. I think this is the start of the end, and I think Xbox's hope is, hey, I hope you Xbox fans will come buy this portable PC and start to grow your PC libraries so that when we do this next thing that's basically a PC, you will buy it.
So that next Xbox is not going to be cheap.
No,
because they're not going to be as willing to take the hit on it because there's going to be no making it with the back end with game sales.
Yeah.
So Microsoft's making some weird decisions right now, and we talked about length. I will have to see what they wind up doing, but it is They're making some interesting, strange moves.
Because I mean, if the top end ROG Xbox Ally is $900, to release like a luxury gaming console PC thing, like you're probably in the ballpark of $1,100, $1,200, probably.
Then just buy a PC at that point.
I mean,
Buy an actual PC at that point.
Yeah, I mean, essentially you
Yeah.
will be. So, and that opens up to like a whole bunch of other things, like PCs are customizable and like upgradable. Like my graphics card is a year and a half old now. It's like I'm behind the times, even though it's still fucking great. Like, there's gonna be a period of time where I'm gonna have to upgrade that. Are these Xbox style PC console things going to be similar? Or are you locked in with your specs? How's that going to work when games, go past those specs? Like, you're absolutely right. Xbox is making a ton of weird decisions because I truly believe that they are panicking.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to throw just like handfuls of pasta at the wall and trying to see something that sticks because they bought Activision Blizzard. Satya Nadella said, no, you're not making Call of Duty exclusive. And that was the only play that Matt Booty, Sarah Bond, and Phil Spencer had. Like, they opened their notebook, and it said, Call of Duty Xbox exclusive. And then Satya Nadella ripped that page out, and there was nothing after that. And so they're panicking.
You spent $70 billion on $70 billion plus, Bethesda, so they're probably spending close to $100 billion on acquisitions. They need to pay that back to the company, and they're not doing it.
Yeah, Game Pass
is
not
panicking.
paying the bills.
Mm-mm. So it's what's funny about this is like when Sega bowed out of the console race, they kind of they did so with dignity. They just kind of said, "Fuck it, we're out," and moved on. This it's getting a little sad watching this.
Yeah.
It's like we know where this is going, and they could. Yeah, in any sense, you see the writing on the wall. Like it's just getting sad. Like you're dragging us out and making us all watch this pathetic dance.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to have my mind changed. Like if the ROG Ally releases, I mean, to be completely honest, my Steam Deck is starting to feel a little old. Claire, it barely handles Claire Obscure. And like for a game like that, playing on 30 FPS on my Steam Deck versus playing 60 FPS on my PC, that's a huge fucking difference. That's the difference between actually blocking and dodging something. So, maybe they are releasing this product at a good time where people are like, yeah, I need a beefier handheld. Handhelds are in, I need a beefier handheld. Let's give it a shot. And then you bring some people into the Xbox ecosystem, but it's never going to be enough to move the needle. It's never going to be enough to move the needle.
No, it's I don't know. It's exhausting. I mean, I agree with you. I don't have open mind. I'm willing to have my mind change, but I've been willing to have my mind change for 10 plus years, and they haven't done it.
Like, I mean, it's just like I mean, honestly, who is this for? Like when they said Windows 11, I was like, I fucking hate Windows 11. Like,
I mean, it's the whole rule of Windows. Every other one sucks.
Yeah, Windows 10 was great.
7 was good. Windows 10 was great. 8 sucked. 7 was great. So, nice Windows 11 were pretty good. But now Windows 11 is not it.
Yeah. And it's just like what's crazy to me too is they're just immune to feedback. Like people like us have been saying these things for years. This is not new. This is not new things that we are saying. Like Xbox has had significant problems since 2013, and honestly prior. Honestly, it was since 2011, 2010 probably. Like they stopped making games and then wondered why they lost the Xbox 360 console generation. They didn't make any games during the Xbox One and wondered why they lost the console generation. Like this feedback has been floating around for a decade now. Like all you gotta do is listen to it. But instead, they bought more studios to produce more games for this failed notion of Game Pass. We were all sold like, hey, yeah, we're buying Bethesda so we can bolster our Game Pass offerings. We're buying Activision Blizzard so we can bolster our Game Pass offerings. Has that happened? Has that truly happened? No. to the point now where all of that shit's going to release on PC and PlayStation, and now also some on Switch. Like,
I mean, Outer Worlds 2 is coming out day and day on PlayStation. Like, that, if that was exclusive to Xbox, like truly exclusive, not even on PC, just truly exclusive to Xbox, I would have bought an Xbox for it. Straight up.
yeah, the game looks good.
I'm not. You told me it's on PlayStation Day. PS5 is right there, ready to play it. So maybe even without PlayStation PC, I would have considered buying a game like that on my PC. My PC's not that strong, but I would have like, okay, that's a game I'm probably willing to play on my PC, but it's be on your competitor's console same day. I'm good. I'll play on PlayStation then.
Yeah, it's like. It's just right there. It's the tale oldest time. This business has always been release quality games. People buy your console and buy those quality games. The times that this business has failed was when people have taken the quantity over quality mentality. Video game crash 1983. Atari flooded the market with video games to the point where people were not buying them because games were releasing so quickly. The video game market crashed. Xbox is failing because they truly believe quantity over quality. We'll just offer all of these games, but we won't make sure that they have any level of quality to them.
Or the ones that do quality, you shadow drop and then get mad at when they don't do well because you shadow dropped them in the middle of nowhere, like Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. Hellblade 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even feel like Indiana Jones did not have the marketing push behind it that it should have been for being that scale of a game. Not only was it a AAA game, but it was one of the world's most famous IPs. And then the game released and was a Game of the Year contender.
And so we discussed this before, and I have said it before, like when I mentioned our publisher tier list back in the beginning part of the year. Yeah. I said Microsoft's a tale of two sides. If we're talking about their party, that's pretty well. Talking about the first party, they did horribly, and they're still like trying to exist in this weird middle ground, and it's like it's off-putting because it's like pick a lane, dog. Like you gotta pick a lane and do that lane 100%.
Yeah.
And then you bring up the Indiana Jones, failing. As mentioned before in the past, Sony and Nintendo are entertainment companies, so they're good at knowing how to advertise entertainment. Microsoft's really a business company. I never see Windows advertisements. Businesses just go to them and give them money because they need the stuff. So Microsoft internally probably doesn't think how to advertise entertainment correctly because they just think, well, if I just build this service, they should come to me. Yeah.
The problem is, that's not the business you're in with this stuff.
No.
And I think a more recent example of this is Grounded 2. I've heard nothing but good things about Grounded 2, but I'm in the space where people will talk about it. If you're someone that doesn't know what Grounded is, but are like into survival games, like, have you heard of Grounded 2? It sounds like it's pretty good. It's in early access right now, but Xbox could still be marketing it, paying some streamers to play it, putting some ads on YouTube. Like, just because it's in early access doesn't mean that you still can't, fucking make some money off of it.
Just because it's in Game Pass doesn't mean your advertisement's done.
Yeah. It's just sad. I think you're exactly right. We're just watching the slow decline of a pretty decent at one point company that released some really high quality stuff, and it's just slowly descending. Fucking Gears of War. Doesn't Gears of War come out this next week too? I'm pretty sure.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So it's another game, and even though it's a remake, like I've not seen fucking any advertisement for it at all.
Yeah, because in a weird sense, because they're building as a remake, they're making a big deal on PC and Xbox, but that game's been there forever. Like, if you wanted to play Gears of War and a remastered version, you could have for the longest time. This is only a big deal if you're on PlayStation. This is the first time you can play Gears of War on PlayStation, so that's really only a big deal here. So it's, as I said, they're really dragging this out, and just kind of like, I really wish it would be like Sega did when they dropped out and just like cut it and just move on. Like they Dreamcast failed. Sega said we're done making consoles. Sonic's going to the GameCube in a few months.
Deuces.
Yeah,
it's been real.
Yeah, like it was done and over with. And granted, the other times are different now. Digital games didn't exist back then than they do now, but still, it's just like it was still nice. You know, yeah, I don't know. I was like 6 or 7 when that happened. It was still looking back. It's still nice seeing companies like, you know what, we're not gonna drag this out any more than it's necessary. But yet here Microsoft is and is just dragging this whole thing out and just kind of waffling.
Well, to be fair, I don't think that they have a choice. Like, Satya Nadella is at least going to get his $70 billion back.
This has been as a decade of massive bad decisions over and over again. As I said, I've also said before, Sony fucked out at the beginning of the PS2 generation with, we got a second job and all that stuff. But they recovered within the same generation because they buckled down, put their nose down, and put out good games to the PS3 and cut the price of it so they'd be competitive. So they did what they needed to do to get back in the game.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, they did actually outsold PS3. I think Xbox 360 had like a better like software like sales, but PS3 console hardware itself outsold it. And then 2013, Microsoft fucks up and goes, TV, you can't share your games. Sony, yeah, it's cheaper. You can keep it offline. This is how you share games on PS4. And they haven't been able to recover in 12 years.
Yeah, Phil Spencer did say like they lost the most important console generation, being the PS4, Xbox One, and I do agree with that because that's when people did really start to form their digital libraries. But you could have won people back. All you had to do was release great games.
Mm-hmm.
Like
so you could, and while I understand the point he's making, I also do think it's a little bupkis to an extent because there was another company in that time span that made you do a full reset in your digital games because the Wii U was a digital console.
Yeah.
And no one bought it. The Wii U was a digital console. So the Switch came out and you had to rebuy everything. And it sold. Now, granted, yes, Nintendo is Nintendo, and no one has property like Nintendo does, but that didn't help the Wii U at all.
No.
So Nintendo knew they buckled down, had a better idea for what the Switch should be, put out great games to the Switch, and here we are now. So you could have done something. And how Halo was treated, how Gears of War was treated, how they made deals. They just completely misunderstood what was going on. And so yes. We've gone this 1,000 times, but they just have made bad decisions. I think it would have been better by finding someone else to lead them. I don't think Phil Spencer or Matt Booty or Sarah Bonnet are the people to do it.
No, yeah, they definitely need a leadership change for sure. Somebody that's hungry, somebody that knows how to be successful in this business, like straight up.
I forget the name of the dude. But like during the early part of the 360 PS2 generation, the head of experts at the time said, "I want to drive PlayStation out of business." You kind of have to have that mentality. Like, I want to beat my competitor.
Yeah,
that's how this works. So, it's Phil Spencer tried doing everything, but it's that Microsoft's not good at doing this type of stuff. So, and again, these bad decisions, the buying Activision was a mistake. Yeah, that's a very expensive mistake, and you can't walk back from a very expensive mistake like that.
No, you can't. Like that's no, you can't. I mean, the solution was to put Call of Duty on like make it an Xbox exclusive, but like they couldn't do that because that's how they got the deal through in the first place, was saying that they wouldn't do that. So
yeah,
at that point just pivot, be full third party. Xbox dies, but Xbox is now Microsoft's publishing arm. Like, rebrand all that Microsoft Studios bullshit, Xbox branding, and just release the stuff on as many consoles as you fucking can. And if you want to keep doing this third party stuff where third parties make things that have your logo on them, I don't think that's a bad idea.
For this day and age, I guess. So I guess. I just kind of wish they would come out and say something. Just like this,
Yeah.
we're primarily a third-party company. We'll make some hardware for a thing, but we're not going to be the focus. And also, when we're just, it may be what they're doing, they just don't want to come out and say it. But I wish they just would not come out and say it.
I think the only reason why they're not coming out and saying it, I think they just keep wishing that 1 month all of their Xboxes will sell out for some reason, and then put them back in the game. And it's like, dude, if Sony already has like PlayStation's already outselling the Xbox 4-1. Like you've lost. It's game over. Like it's just time. Just rip the Band-Aid off. You're a third-party publisher now. Xbox Publishing. Like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna release as many games out on as many consoles as humanly fucking possible. Like, that's just what it is. Like, we got Indiana Jones coming to Switch next year. Awesome. Outer Worlds coming to PlayStation. Awesome. Hey, here's the announcement for Starfield coming to PlayStation. Awesome. Gears of War, PlayStation. Awesome. Fucking, like, Avowed coming to PlayStation. Like, they just need to do it.
I mean, with Gears of War coming to PlayStation on Tuesday, the last crown jewel that Microsoft has is Halo. And I think that's a matter of when Halo comes to the PlayStation. And at that point, like, there's just no argument. I shouldn't be doing it now, honestly. But the moment they say Halo's on PlayStation, I'm gonna stop treating Microsoft as a first party company. They're a third party. I should be doing it now, but I'll wait till Halo to make that switch.
Yeah, because that's all they have left. That's literally all they have left. I have nothing left except for Halo. And you're exactly right. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when. I'm honestly, I'm surprised we don't already have an announcement that like Halo Master Chief Collection's coming to PlayStation this holiday season or something so stupid like that.
Probably so they could not, because they didn't announce Gears until after Forza Horizon came out. So probably just to not eat up into Gears of War releasing, and then once Gears of War released, they're going to move on to Halo. Could
be. But that is just like all of the stories we mentioned. That's going to be, we're going to keep eyes on it and keep reporting on it. And I'm sure that Microsoft won't be shy to make their way back onto our list of news stories rather soon, because they always seem to worm their way back in. I truly believe that they like us talking about them. Again, open invitation: Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, Sarah Bond, especially Sarah Bond. I especially dislike the way that Sarah Bond talks whenever she's like doing her corporate speak. She's just straight up a robot. Like, at least Phil Spencer, like, you could tell he's still a person behind the corporate speak, but like Sarah Bond is a Microsoft android, and you will not change my mind about it. But they're still welcome to come onto the show and talk to us.
Especially
prove to me you're not a robot, Sarah Bond. Prove to me.
Especially we say, they need your leadership. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Sell me on Xbox. I'm willing to be sold.
They don't like taking interviews where people challenge them.
Like, I'm buying Gears of War on my PC on Tuesday. Like, I love Gears of War. Like, come on.
I'll buy Gears on my PlayStation because I think it'd be funny.
I don't play my PlayStation.
Okay, yes, but that's more. It's not Gears of War being on PC is not as funny.
And I don't want to sully my Spider-Man PS5 with Xbox bullshit.
Really? Sully? Not like you only use your PS5 to play PS games.
I don't even use my PS5 to play Spider-Man. I play it on my PC. Hey, dog, I'm sorry.
It's just there to look pretty.
I mean, like, honestly, like, I need to try to get to Ghost of Tsushima before Ghost of Yotei, because I want to be sold on it. Because, like, Erika Ishii is the voice actor, or the actor for the protagonist in Ghost of Yotei, and I want to be sold on it. But then I'm like, can I just wait till it comes out on my PC?
Probably. Probably.
It's a really expensive desk ornament at this point.
You'll use it again when Venom comes out, if Venom comes out.
Oh yeah, 100%, for sure, for sure.
You don't need to be sold on that. You're the same Venom.
God,
I'm
no.
there.
God, no, not at all. But same thing though. The second that Astrobot drops on PC, Fuck yeah, I'm there. I'm there with bells on. I'll play through the entirety again on my Steam Deck.
I don't even know. That's one thing. I don't know if Astrobot's going to go to PC or not. Just I think it's the one game that might not because of how like cold a PS5 is to that game. The fact that you have to put a PS5 back together is the
Yes.
whole point of the game. It might be kind of weird to do it on a PC.
But it would be weirdly meta to do so, and I'm all for that. Like, Astrobot is advertising PlayStation to PC players. Like, look how cool this fucking thing is. You're rebuilding it. Look at like the fans got like a face on it and shit. Like, go out and buy one. Hey, the last act of the game. Look at all these great PlayStation shit. Don't you want all this shit?
Final boss is on the PS5 itself.
I'm just
like,
saying.
it's just gonna be so fucking weird. Like, huh?
But it
feels wrong.
It's the perfect level of weird.
I don't know. I can see, so like maybe not that one, just because of
Nah. It's happening. It's happening. They're working on it right now. I can tell. But that is all the news stories that we had this week. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about the price increases? Doesn't it suck? What Gamescom announcement are you most excited for? Honestly, I think mine was probably Lego Batman, even over Silksong. Honestly, because like Silksong was an inevitability, but this was new and exciting. So, and you know, speaking of Silksong, are you going to get it on release? It's a week and a half away. Have you beat Hollow Knight yet? We haven't. So let us know in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us out a whole lot. Like the video, send it to somebody that you think would enjoy it, and we will see you in the next video.
Adios.